When you look at that recent series, India-Australia, and those 5 tests, the crowds that turned up for that, I think the television ratings were the biggest ever for any series. And then, a couple of weeks later, the ICC came out and they're saying, well, maybe we need a 2-tier test system here in operation, because there are series, and Scott, we've got to be realistic about this, don't we, mate? There are series which are going to attract massive ratings, and no disrespect to these teams, but if Sri Lanka are playing Zimbabwe in a test series, they're just not going to attract those kind of numbers.
Yeah. So look, it wasn't the ICC, just to be clear, it wasn't the ICC that came out with that. It actually hasn't been discussed yet. There's always discussions about how we ensure that test cricket stays relevant, that white ball bilateral cricket stays relevant. But there's been no specific discussions about a 2-tier system. The reality is, as you say,
where did that story come from then? Well, it was kind of, it was certainly attributed as though it had come from the highest upper echelons of administration.
Yeah, no, well, it hadn't. And certainly it hadn't been discussed at the ICC before they perhaps spoke about it. But my point is, absolutely there's a challenge to test cricket to making sure that the lesser games, or, with the nations that are not as popular, remains relevant and is supported. And quite how we did that, it might require a 2-test system.